From the Stan Spirou Field House in Manchester, New Hampshire, welcome to NE10 basketball action. Southern New Hampshire tonight hosting the Panthers of Adelphi University. SNHU, with their new coach Jack Perry, trying to protect home court advantage. Adelphi now only a game out in the Southwest Division of the NE10. They've been one of the hottest teams in the league. Bob Lippman along with Jacob Van Ryn.
It should be a terrific matchup. We don't get to see Adelphi all that often. They're a very streaky team, but as you mentioned, they're playing their best basketball right now. The month of January has been terrific for them, winners of 6 of their last 7. They come in among the hottest teams in the NE10, and they have a lot of good pieces. Challenge tonight at Penmen, make them uncomfortable, defend their ability to make shots from beyond the arc, and get up and down. I think this is a game that Penmen want to push the tempo, see if they can wear Adelphi out in the later stages, perhaps.
A game that you probably are going to need at least 80 in order to win.
I would agree. I think we expect this to be up and down again. Adelphi is very talented. They have a lot of good pieces. Not a ton of depth for the Panthers this year under the direction of David Duke, who's done a nice job during his tenure down there in Garden City, New York. But like to see the Southern New Hampshire Penmen get up and down. And of course, you talk about Southern New Hampshire, you talk about Day Andrews, a guy who's as good as any with the basketball in his hands.
For Adelphi, Jack Laffey, the senior from Red Bank, New Jersey, is their leading scorer.
He's had a terrific year. He really has. 3-year starter now. All of a sudden, he's a guy who's really dangerous from beyond the arc. He averages 3 made three-pointers per game, and he is really streaky. Coming off a game, Bob, in their win over the weekend against Franklin Christian, where he had 30, including 6 made triples. When he gets it going, he's among the top 3-point specialists in this conference. Challenge on Southern Hampshire. Make him uncomfortable. Don't allow him to get in rhythm, because he can be devastating when he's good.
What makes Day Andrews so special?
I've been around this conference now for longer than I'd like to admit, and he is as fast with the ball in his hands as any student athlete I've ever seen in the Northeast 10. He is so tough. His ability to use either his right or his left hand really separates him from players in this conference. Another upperclassman, obviously a senior. Day wants to end his campaign on a high note, continue to push. He's had a terrific season. Now the challenge is securing some more victories down the stretch to clinch a postseason berth.
All right, partner, looking forward to calling this one for you, and we'll be back to check the starting lineups, and we'll have the opening tip. This is SNHU basketball on Fox College Sports. Starting lineups, first of all, for the Panthers, who come in 13-7. For tonight, they'll start junior Austin Beach. The local kid is the freshman Ronnie Silva from Nashua. Connor McGinnis is a senior. Oswald Parker the third, a junior, and Jack Laffey, the senior. Head coach Dave Duke in his 5th season, 4 years at Fordham prior to coming over to Adelphi. For the SNHU Penmen tonight, Charlie Russo is a senior from Syracuse. Sean Montague new to the program this year. Day Andrews, 22.4 per game. John Martin's the local kid from Manchester Central High School. And Eamon Joyce out of Medford, Mass. is a junior. Jack Perry in his first season, the Bentley grad, taking over for the legendary Stan Spirou.
Be the last time we see him laughing with a member of our officiating crew. Jack's done an outstanding job taking over for a legend, obviously, here in Manchester, and this group is playing good basketball. Up and down campaign thus far for the Penmen. They've won 5 of their last 7, however, and they've been very good here at the Fieldhouse, winners of 7 of their 10.
And the first shot of the game is a 3-point try. Charlie Russo, maybe the best 3-point shooter that Southern New Hampshire has. Makes Very high percentage of them, but the first of the night did not go down. Penmen pick up man.
Yeah, we expect to see exclusive man-to-man throughout the course of tonight's game. I would assume for the better of 40 minutes, we'll see that look for both sides.
Silva gets the first hoop of the night. The local kid, been a multiple Rookie of the Week in the NE10.
He's had a really nice freshman campaign, comes in averaging about 13 points per game, and he talked about the local product. There's a lot of yellow Adelphi jerseys here in the field house, and that's because of number 3 in that black uniform.
I'd say he helped sell a few tickets, but we don't sell tickets anymore.
Absolutely.
Andrews with a miss. Rebound Adelphi.
Good start for the Panthers. A couple of contested threes. And Silva with a good look. And Adelphi is very skilled, very talented. They run a lot of sets, and at times that can be tough to defend. Martin
denied inside. So Adelphi will kick it back out with 10. Laffey passed the 3. Instead, it's a 3 ball that goes down for Connor McGinnis. And a 5-0 lead out of the gates for the Panthers.
McGinnis has really turned himself into a very good three-point shooter. He didn't shoot it a lot in his first couple of years on campus, but now just under 40% on the season.
Laffey makes more than anybody on the team. Adelphi with a chance here. Had a big early lead. That was rejected by Sean Montague.
Outstanding defensive play. Not only to get the block shot, but to do it cleanly.
Joyce the other way and gets 3 for Southern New Hampshire.
He's played really well as of late, has Eamon Joyce. He's just playing with a lot of confidence, averaging 19 points per game over his last 6 outings. And he just continues to grow and develop into the player they thought when they brought him here he was going to be.
Outstanding field goal percentage of almost 53%. Oh, that went off the window for Oswald Parker.
Negative points on the unintentional bank, but Parker will take the end result there. That's dead on. He kissed that one in. Very fortunate there for Parker.
Penmen down 7-3. Martin into the lane with the left hand. No good. Come back the other way and a reverse shot for Ronnie Silva. Wow.
That was elusive on the end line there by the freshman. That was really well done, the way he sort of froze the defense, maintained it with the right hand, and then reversed it for 2 more.
Parker's shot was a 3. I had marked it as a 2, so it is 10-3 in favor of Adelphi. And here is Day. First shot of the night doesn't go, but Sean Montague pulls down the rebound.
That's a really good play by Montague, just deciding he's going to get that loose ball.
Put it in the books for Charlie Russo.
Yeah, Russo gets credit for the field goal, but Montague really earned that second opportunity for the Penmen. One white shirt, I should say, amidst 3 black jerseys. Montague emerged with it and set up Russo for the easy 2.
They cycle around, and a nice move with the left hand for Parker.
Strong move by the transfer from Broward Community College. That's a hotbed of JUCO-type basketball down south.
Grew up in the Bahamas, right?
Interesting story. He is built like a flat-out tank. His upper body is huge.
This will be a foul on Adelphi's Oswald Parker, his first.
It's a tough matchup for Day because you see Parker with his frame up top. He's just physically stronger than Day in the upper half. Day is much quicker, obviously, so certainly a matchup to keep an eye on.
Here's Samino in the game for the Penmen. Over on the left side. John Martin quickly went to the bench for Coach Perry. Day trying to get it inside of Montague as it's stolen away, and here come the Panthers for 2 for Jack Laffey, and it's 14-5.
Terrific start, and Adelphi coming out of the gates hot.
All right, we'll take a break. 15:57 to go. First half, Adelphi with a great start. This is college basketball on Fox. Download the SNHU Fan app, available on the Apple and Android platforms. This app, powered by SuperFanU, gives all the latest news and stats and also rewards fans for coming to the game. Search SNHU Penmen in your app store.
Take a look at the Panthers' early stages. This is Silva, the local product, and he has been terrific getting to the basket. We see Day do that here at home, and this is the move on the end line. That was just a thing of beauty. I mean, that's like Steph Curry type stuff there, the way he uses and contorts his body. And Silva with about, conservatively, about 40 fans in attendance here to watch him in his first appearance here at the Field House, and they've been enjoying what they've been seeing so far.
Averages 13.1 a game, second only to Jack Laffey on the club. Day lost his dribble, so works it around. Russo comes back to Andrews. Penmen down 14-5 at the first media timeout. Joyce trying to get it at Day. This is going to lead to a fast break dunk.
Boy, it's not been the start that the Penmen wanted here at home tonight. This group, Adelphi, has come out with a lot of hunger and a lot of fire. And they have been the better team over the first 4.5 minutes, obviously, as the score indicates.
Joyce single-handedly keeping Southern New Hampshire in the game.
Exactly right. He's got 6 of their 8. And again, that's a shot that goes, yes, and he's playing with a lot of confidence, but that's a contested 3 early in the possession. I think if you're Adelphi, you live with that type shot.
Adelphi by 8. Bounce pass. That was not in a good position for Nick Cambio to come up with it. They saved the ball. McGinnis for Laffey, and that's no good, and Andrews has the board for the Penmen.
See if they can chip into this deficit here.
Andrews. First bucket.
That's where he's got the quickness advantage against Parker there. And again, his ability to use either his right or his left hand is really what separates him and makes him an elite player.
16-10, Adelphi by 6, playing with the black jerseys. Gold trim, Penmen in the home whites. And Laffey. They've even gotten away with traveling there.
That was a tough shot there by Laffey. I think he thought he had an advantage as he went into the chest of Rio Semino, and Semino did a very nice job defensively. Laffey just made a tough shot.
Foul Adelphi, and it'll go against Nick Cambio, the senior from Tewksbury, Massachusetts, off the bench tonight, but he is the 3rd leading scorer and leading rebounder for Coach Duke.
We will talk about Nick throughout the course of the broadcast. I coached against his high school team, and actually, unfortunately for him, before he spent a post-grad year, my team ended his. Now, Nick, unfortunately, unable to play that day because he had an injury, and we sort of joke internally, not joke, we say pretty often that he and one other key player for Catholic Central was out at the time. He said if they were around, we wouldn't have won the game. And I've gotten to know him over the years, not only through that, but through my time in the NA10 and at Adelphi. And Nick is an outstanding young man, a senior, and he's going to do very good things in life. He's really one of those guys you build a program, and he's one of you guys you want in your facility on a daily basis. He's a good person.
1 of 2 for Andrews, and the lead is 8. 18-10 for Adelphi as McGinnis comes in the front court. Pretty no-look pass.
He's a really good point guard, is McGinnis. That was a good finish by Beach with a reverse layup, but McGinnis did a very good job to get to the free throw line, put pressure on the Penmen defense, and that led to the backdoor cut and the ultimately easy 2 there for the Panthers.
Panthers doubling up SNHU. Andrews off the window for his 2nd field goal.
This game, if it continues to be played at this pace, much like the women's game we had earlier, Bob, this one's going to get in the 80s and maybe even the 90s as we go forward.
Penmen and Adelphi played that kind of game last year as McGinnis knocks one down. 98-89 Adelphi last year down there.
That's bad luck. They called that a player control foul on Day because his elbow hit the face of Austin Beach. He wasn't set. It's because of the contact that occurred. Day having a prolonged conversation with the official, and that's kind of a tough luck one, but because of the contact that occurred, and actually, quite frankly, where it occurred, Bob, it results in a player control foul.
22-13, Adelphi ball. Foul to Day Andrews is his first. McGinnis goes back out with it. Adelphi with 15 on the shot clock. We're closing it on 13 minutes left of the first half. Pass inside goes for 2 to Cambio, and it's going to force Jack Perry into another timeout.
This is a tour de force first 7 minutes by Connor McGinnis. 7 points and 3 assists. He's been directly responsible for about 14 or 15 of Adelphi's 24 points. And when he's running the ship and he's able to get where he wants to go on the floor again, I think that's such an underrated skill. The ability to get to where you want to go on the floor. Great job recognizing Rimo's the help defender there. Cambio just rolls to the basket, gives him a target, and gets the easy two. And it's been a great start for Adelphi, and again, when they're comfortable, when they're rolling, they're among the most lethal offensive teams in the Northeast 10, and we've seen that over the game's first 7 minutes.
SNHU leads the all-time series 12-7. Southern New Hampshire 6-6, all alone in 4th place in the Northeast Division. Adelphi 7-5, tied for second, only a game behind New Haven. In the Southwest Division, the Penmen will be at New Haven on Saturday, and Adelphi on the road at Stonehill.
A tough travel for Adelphi at Southern New Hampshire tonight. They'll go down south now, depending on what's going on with the weather here tonight, and then they'll come back up to the Massachusetts area for Saturday.
Joyce was lining up what would have been his 3rd 3-point field goal, and it didn't go. Comes back over to Adelphi. 24-13. Adelphi's on a 100-point pace here tonight.
Southern New Hampshire's gone to a bit of a zone, and it immediately forces the turnover.
It may be their first turnover.
I think it is, and I think Jack Perry's saying nothing else is working right now. They're comfortable. Let's give them a different look. And that's the thing I've been so impressed with from Jack in his first year. As you take a look at the first-year head man, his constant ability to mix up approaches both offensively and defensively is really what I think makes him an elite basketball coach.
Andrews, Semino, Ramos, Siminkevicius is in the ball game as well now for the Penmen, and so is Justin Lacey. So a bunch of big guys. Semino looking back out and travels with the ball.
The Penmen just look sort of disjointed offensively. Been a lot of contested shots, a lot of early threes in the possession, and Day-Day's gotten a couple of field goals, but they've even done a nice job of limiting him, quite frankly. Kind of a 3-2 look here in Pierce from the Penmen. This is not seen, and it's generated 2 turnovers. Silva just throwing it to Jack Perry over there on the sideline.
Well, bring us to the media timeout with 11:57 to play in the first half. The Penmen with work to do, down 11. This is Fox College Sports. Fans, this season, Penmen teams will play live on Fox College Sports 8 more times this spring, including a couple of basketball doubleheaders coming up next month. We'll be with you with Merrimack on February 16th here from the Stan Spirou Field House.
Yeah, a couple of big doubleheaders upcoming, and then we turn our attention to the spring sports. Exciting time of year around here. The softball team picked to finish 2nd in their division in the Northeast 10, and the baseball team picked on top as they are the defending East Regional champion. Scott Lovazo and his group looking to head back to Cary perhaps in 2019, as he's got a lot of key returners, especially in the pitching department this season.
Jack Perry, it's already the 3rd break that he's been able to work with his team here. So we hit the second media timeout. Siminkevicius and Lacey. Lacey, the youngster, just new to the program. Now here's Andrews back out to Remo out of the corner, and that rattles out. Penmen not finding much luck. Parker with a rebound.
Southern Hampshire is 2 for 6 from beyond the arc in the early stages.
That one doesn't go. It's a pretty good look, though, over in the corner. That's Dwayne Williams, freshman from Port St. Lucie, Florida, on the floor. And Penmen down 11, 24-13. Andrews over on the far side.
He's the only guy that's looked comfortable. He and Joyce really for the Penmen.
Remo gets another open look. He's missed a couple. Joyce with a rebound bucket.
He's doing a good job attacking on the offensive glass. They're going to get Montague back in the game momentarily. I think they need his athleticism in there going forward. You can't settle for these long threes and just hope they go in, and Joyce does a good job there to bail him out with a second chance.
McGinnis, that's off the mark, and Lacey with a rebound. As we approach midway through half number 1 here at the Field House. Penmen down, trailing Adelphi. Simonkevichus does not have the shot early on. Lacey couldn't save the rebound. Now here is Montague.
See Joyce just working hard on the weak side. Good recognition there to run to that side. That's where about 80% of those rebounds come from those corner shots. And then, as you're supposed to, you just gather it, go right back up. No need for a dribble. Set your feet and explode with a second bounce. Joyce off to a terrific start. He's got 8 already.
Adelphi 24, Southern New Hampshire 15. Ronnie Silva, the freshman out of Nashua, New Hampshire. He didn't go to school in New Hampshire. He went to Bradford Christian Academy in Haverhill, Mass. But he has a lot of fan support here tonight.
Scored 1,000 points in his career there.
That's 3, and he has 7.
Wow. And they are loving it here in the Field House. That Silva fan section having themselves a time so far.
Really quick release.
Got to be when you're diminutive. He listed at 5'7". That might be a little bit generous, quite frankly, but he is quick and he is skilled.
Lacey needs a helper. Comes back over to Andrews. Semino in the corner. Stops, pops, and drains it.
It's a high-level shot there by Rio. That one dribble pull-up, nearly undefendable. A tough shot, but he buried it.
27-17. Silva comes over here near side for Cambio. I'll play catch up top. The entry pass for Parker. Little bang with Montague, and he got it to go.
Oof. That was a tough shot. Good job using his frame and using his body and sort of bounce off the defender, and then a tough little floater on the right side off glass.
Parker's at 9, almost at his average is 9.6. It's 29-17 Adelphi. Semino is the open player. And a rebound to the miss for the Panthers. They'll break out. Flashing to the front court again is Parker. And a reverse layup for Cambio is good.
Adelphi's doing a very good job of not allowing Southern New Hampshire to get set defensively. Oftentimes we talk about the offense getting set. Adelphi's put pressure, especially off those missed opportunities, running out and putting pressure on the defense.
Lacey for 3.
Wow.
Freshman from Catskill, New York.
That was a tough shot. That was well defended, and Jack Perry slams this board down in disgust. He's really not happy with the way his group, I think, is competing on the defensive side over the first 11.5 minutes.
30-second timeout will be used here, and Southern New Hampshire only has 2 timeouts remaining in the game now. And this is already the 4th stoppage opportunity for Jack Perry to try to adjust things in the first half. I think he feels it's a pretty important part of the ball game right now. Is Penmen hitting a 3-pointer, though it's 31-20.
I think I'm actually
Montague hitting there.
Okay with the use of timeouts, especially by virtue of the fact that obviously this is a TV game where you have the media stoppages consistently, as you see Cambio catching reverse for 2 more. In these type games, coaches could save their timeouts until a point in the game where it gets away from you and it doesn't quite matter. Now, 11 points, you know, still midway portion of our first half. There's a ton of basketball left to be played, but I think Jack and his staff are just not happy with the way his group is defending on the defensive side. Say, listen, guys, if you're going to allow them to score at will, get right to the rim, you got no chance tonight. It's got to be better on this side when they have the ball.
And Penmen will put a little pressure on now. Russo back into the ball game. I think he ran into McGinnis, who had slowed up from behind. And that will be where the foul is. Jeff Adams, who's a New Hampshire guy, played his high school ball in the Capital Region of New Hampshire. Brian Dumont, one of our officials here tonight, and Jack Halloran's the 3rd.
That veteran crew, you see these guys work a lot of conference games throughout the course of the season.
Russo's foul was his first. There's 2 team fouls on each team. That's not cause for concern at this point. This one knocked out of bounds by Lacey. Ball will stay with the Panthers with 11 on the shot clock right in front of us.
Good active hands there by the freshman Lacey. Just exactly what's supposed to do in the passing lane and get a deflection, get a steal. Good things happen.
Lacey is was pulling on his left pinky as if hurt himself a little bit. Mikey Busetto is the new player into the ball game. Freshman from Waterford, Connecticut for the Penmen.
3-2 wide zone once again.
Contested 3, didn't go. Joyce with a rebound. Day Andrews on the bench with 8 minutes to go here.
This is probably a substitution where he gets him in after the media stoppage.
Busetto back out. Lacey decides to come in the lane with